Okay, so another 2 weeks have gone by, and after having made the changes that I made last time, reducing the lights by 50%, it's better. It's not perfect by any means. I'm sure that some people looking at this might be completely horrified. Sorry for the glare there. This room has quite a bit of ambient light. But you can see that the wisteria that I added is pretty globbed up with algae. The red root floater is blooming and has nice red leaves. The salvinia has really small leaves though. If we look below the surface, we'll see lots of strings of algae, but if we look back in this corner, we see that the S. repens is not as coated with algae as it was last time. The parrot feather in the back doesn't have any algae on it. Up front, we see that our Monte Carlo is suffering in algae. And the cryptoparva also is pretty glommed up over here. As we move over to this area which receives less light from the aquarium lights, we see that the bottom is in better shape, and our cryptoparva is not coated with algae. But of course, looking in at the Amazon swords, we see long strands of algae. Now again, you can see all of the glare. This room, this is a sun porch, and there are lots of windows around. And so the plants are receiving light basically during the day through the top of the tank. I have the sides and the back painted, but the top of the tank is still receiving quite a bit of light. And so I'm guessing that I should reduce the light still further and see how that helps. I'm going to do a big water change again, and I'll show you the tank after that's done. And it'll be dark out by then, so there'll be considerably less glare, and maybe you can get a better view of the tank. So a little bit better this time, but certainly not great. Interestingly, I don't think I had any losses over this 2-week period, which will be the first period of time that this tank has been without fish losses. Really suffered bad new tank syndrome this time around, despite the fact that I brought existing filters from my classroom home. I still really had a lot of losses, but it looks like we have everybody present and accounted for at this point in time. The obvious thought is that I should be adding a mono shrimp and bristlenose plecostomus or ancestris, and lots of autocinclus, but at this point in time, I really don't have the ability to quarantine those animals, and so I don't want to add anything like that until I come back and I'm home full time. So it's going to be another 2-week period that I'm going to be gone, and we'll just have to see how the tank fares with even less light from the Fluval 3.0s. I'll check back with you guys when I get this cleaned up and water changed. And you can also see that there was a lot of evaporation this time around. I've already added 2 gallons of RO water, and you can see that the water line is about 2 inches, well, maybe 1.5 inches now, lower than it should be. So I'm adding the RO water slowly because there are some crayfish still in this tank as far as I know, and I don't want to shock them osmotically too badly. So I'm bringing the water back down in total dissolved solids slowly. Okay, catch you in a bit.